Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, shall we go ahead and take a look at the collective message here? So, this is not zodiac specific. We'll call it zodiacs as we get there. We have soulmate energy with the Six of Cups, but then we also have the Ten of Cups that's in the reverse beside it. Um, I don't know why I'm getting like, somebody has been like cleaning their bathroom, specifically their shower, and like daydreaming and thinking. I guess there's something about like all the little sparkles make me think of cleaning supplies. But somebody's like, polishing like, the knobs and stuff, the silver or, brass or whatever attachments to, turn on one's shower. I'm picturing somebody is like house cleaning and they're kind of daydreaming. They're thinking about something that they wish. This is nostalgic. We've got a Seven of Coins sideways. We've got the Four of Swords upright. We have the Two of Swords. It's interesting because we have a character saying, I'm daydreaming about the very person that didn't make me happy, wondering what will happen over time. Will they always stay silent? Because in truth, I don't want to hear from them anyway. So we do have kind of a mixture. I wonder if this is just somebody going over the past and saying, that was so not pleasant. I mean, I can't help but still think about them. They were a soulmate. Part of me even wants them back and part of me doesn't. Judgment. It's mostly like, I want what happened to have never happened. This is also somebody saying, and I don't want to talk to them unless they're a very different version of themselves. And everything that already happened could be like fully erased. Okay, so I'm going to say this is a feminine, just because that's what we see here. But let me ask, let's just see their side of things. So she says that there's a masculine, possibly a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. We have the Chariot and we have the Moon. They have made a lot of mistakes because there's a lot of bones here. And sometimes the only way in life we ever get a lesson is to like go through all the mistakes first. And then finally we can move forward with confidence. The thing is, she doesn't know anything about this. He sees her on this beach staring into the moon. He knows she doesn't know this. Has he moved on from something in his life? Yes, this could be, those bones could represent anything. The bones of past mistakes, that could be anything that he was like engaging in that might have been, like I say, lessons. It seems like he's moved on from those lessons now. And he does have these pearls of wisdom here. This little crab is floating along in the sky with these pearls of wisdom. And of course, we do have Cancerian, and then we also have Pisces on this for him. We have a Two of Coins, and we have duality here. We have two different versions of him standing here on the same earth. So we know he's gone through a massive transformation in who he is, to the point where he's like a different person in one lifetime, right? Unless he's a twin, and now he's become more like his twin. King of Wands upright. Hermit upright. This almost looks like somebody was like incarcerated or something. I just feel like, I know this is more like Bryce Canyon. We have the coyote. Coyote is the trickster in some Native American mythology, but we have, I don't know if somebody drives a Chevy, but there is a Chevy key here. But my first thought is this is somebody who went into like isolation, but it was like because they got in trouble. And then they had to spend some time, until they got unlocked and, freed now. This is somebody with a warm heart, a good heart with the King of Wands, but it does say that could even be why they're like, what she doesn't know is like, I'm free now to move on with my life. I paid my debt to society. I fixed some things. That could be this character's story. They could be a Leo, Sag, or Aries. I don't know if this person had like a lot of things to try to prove, if they were out, looking for a battle to fight in this lifetime. I just see this, very powerful, masculine lion up here. And I'm thinking that this person both has like a wonderful heart and they're courageous and they're loving and they're warm, but we can also see they had to either temper that or they had to change something about what they were doing. Like two things can always be true at the same time. Somebody can be wonderful, warm, loving, and they can also make a bunch of mistakes and they can get themselves into some big trouble and they can crash and burn. some areas of their life, and they can still be a really, really, really good person, you know? This feels like somebody who has either needed to walk a very solo path and they withdrew for a while to get themselves straightened up. I mean, this could be a metaphor for like somebody who goes into a, you know, a treatment center to help them get over an addiction, or, you know, withdraws from a lifestyle in order to like have the full reset. She does not know this, and I'm thinking that he still thinks of her. Let me ask. She could be a Pisces, by the way, and she may have a particularly like fantastic. We see her from the back again, so I'm going to say we'll just say fantastic posterior, or that's, you know, a particular part that he thinks is really beautiful about her. And I only mention that because I actually had to draw like little underoo like bicycle shorts on her, because before this was it was a thong, and I was like, YouTube will probably shut me down. So I had to go through, and I had to give a couple different characters some outfits with a little pen. So I drew underpants for like a day. With this death card here, does he think of her? Oh gosh, yeah, he thinks a lot about her. And here he thinks about her in a very transformed way. We have this, I don't know if she has a cat, or if there's like a really wonderful sense of like good luck or something around her. We have this, oh my God, this reminds me, there was somebody at a store I went into today that had a python around their neck, and oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't faint, because that was so unexpected. Especially like, you know, you're trying to just buy some groceries, and, you know, you don't expect that in the produce department. So anyway, but that comes across like we have somebody that stays on his mind. This is year of the serpent, this is year of the snake. So his thoughts about her have changed, because he realizes she's changed a lot too, with the butterfly wings there. 8 of coins, 2 of swords. There's something here where I'm wondering if she had said to him in the past, like, these are the things that don't work, or, you know, if they had a lot of clashes. And in the past, he might have just thought, you know, oh, she's telling me this or telling me that. And instead, it's turned out to be like, wow, I see her so differently now. I see what she was saying, or I see what things she was telling me needed to change. And if I didn't, she would. It does feel like these two, it could have even been confusing, because I wonder if it's like she loved me, but man, would she ever argue with me? And at the same time, all the things that she said had to be worked on. This is him, you know, hard at work over here. It was a lot of things that I think that these two had arguments about, but it almost feels as if all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Like, she wasn't wrong about this. But it might have been confusing for him, because it's like, if she wants me to work on all this stuff, why does she want to be with me at all if I've got so much wrong? That might have been the attitude in the past a little bit. I only say that because there's something here about the clashes that they had. We also have an 8 ball that I'm thinking is more like magic 8 ball, or it's more about, I don't know if she said things to him like, you know what, if you keep doing this, this is what's going to happen. Like, you've got to work on these things before things go belly up. And he didn't want to hear it. And it's like, how would you know how things are going to go? What if you got a magic 8 ball kind of thing? Or that could be a pool ball too. Even so, any way we slice this, I just feel like this is very busy. This whole card is just filled with highways and statuary and cities and, you know, all this hard work. I don't know if somebody did some kind of like work on vehicles or welding. I see like a welder's pair of glasses on. Could be even like underwater welding, like on oil rigs, or, you know, I don't know, something. There could be like a lot of different career paths. She's here dressing up as a performer, dressing up. Oftentimes she has on like more like Vegas showgirl type outfits, but then she's also down here like as an artist. So I don't know if both of them had a lot that they wanted to accomplish in life. And it just feels like they met at a time where there was big clashes because something was not working out right. Something wasn't, it does seem like she was very concerned that he was going to crash and burn maybe his life and hers, and she wasn't going to have any of it. And when he thinks about her, he's like, man, I see her so differently now. She was trying to either help me transform, and at the same time, she was saying, look, I'm rising. I'm trying to work my life out. I don't want to work this hard and then end up in the same place. So, you either got to come with me and we grow together, or I don't want to fight with you all the time. I don't know. I just feel like she was trying really hard to like say, please come with me. And the two of us both, improve our circumstances, improve our life. He gets that now. With the Six of Cups, it's like she's a soulmate. She wanted me with her, even though she was fighting with me, because she wanted me to be able to stay in her life. That's why she wanted me to do some things different. She wanted me to do things better so that we could stay together, not because she was telling me I wasn't enough or telling me what was wrong with me. Like, that's a huge breakthrough. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful. That also makes a lot more sense why she's saying he's a soulmate to me, but God, there was so much unhappiness there, and I can't, talk to him again unless there's a huge amount of healing, and I that's the only way we could ever have a reconciliation. We see her thinking about this and maybe just holding him in her mind because of what has happened. I don't see her as ever having like forgotten him, put him out of her mind at all, though. Okay, so with that in mind, where are we at? She's thinking about him right now. Why? The Devil. Because she's missing him. She's wanting him, even though it was a mess. This is like, I know he's not good for me, but oh, that awesome song. Zap Mama did a great cover of it. It's Damn Your Eyes. For making me fall in love again. Damn Your Eyes. She did. Oh my God, her cover is so incredible. With that Knight of Wands sideways, she's missing, plain and simple, she's missing his good loving. She's missing the warmth of him. She's missing, because there was a really nice side to him also. He could even have like a very spiritual energy, especially when it comes to like the physical connection that he had with her. Like a terrific kisser, very, like, I feel like her connection to him was very physical, very intimate and really warm and really loving. And all of that was super sincere. I feel like, yes, there is some kind of like, maybe he took the idea of, romantic love and physical connection and physical love in like a very spiritual way. And it's like, that was such a beautiful part. And it's something that I will always miss because that's what I'm longing for right now. But oh man, other things were such a hot mess that still needed to get cleaned up. So it's like she's missing his body, missing his warmth, but missing the essence of the good parts of him. The soulful way he treated her. There's obviously a very important bond, and she still sees him as a good person. She wouldn't be missing somebody and wishing that things could be different if they had been, monstrous. But the situation remains. She's saying, but he had scars he had to heal. And he cannot come back no matter how much I might miss him right now. He can't come back unless those scars are healed and he's living his life in a different way. Why are you thinking of her? The Sun. Because she makes him happy. The memory of her. Okay, so let me just ask, did you get your life tidied up? Did you do the things that you had to do? Justice. See, there could have been legal battles here. It really does look like legal issues. That Libra energy, Death card, Six of Cups. My. He's really made huge progress. If he did pay his debt to society, take care of the complications in his life that all do, I'm going to say legal issues. It seems like things are getting wrapped up in this year still, year of the snake. Death card is here. The Six of Cups is here. Maybe that's why these two have each other on their minds, because he's completed something. Like I said before, I don't know why I immediately saw it as like somebody who got out of jail or got out of a treatment center or got out of some place, because they actually, and they didn't just like, fine, I'll do the time. As soon as I get out, I'll do the same stuff again. Because it was the Hermit's card, I would argue they've done some really profound thinking. They've really considered, and they've got the key on how to move forward in their life and move forward differently. They're also keeping the key separate from the pentacle that they hold in the other hand. Almost like from now on, I'm going to keep two things in my life separate. You know, if whatever mistakes they made, they understand why they made those mistakes. And that's what they're going to, like, this isn't the way I'm going to solve problems anymore. The problem is different from the old way I used to try to find solutions. I'm not going to do that anymore because that gets me into trouble. That's what this feels like. Please bear in mind, this could be masculine, feminine, same sex, doesn't matter, reverse gender roles. I don't read for genders, but in this storyline, I'm just so happy and excited because it feels like we have a character who has made some mistakes, messed up some things, and then they actually have grown. And at no point was this character ever not, I mean, like, great people do bad things all the time. Good people make mistakes and then, can change the way they're doing things. This feels like somebody who was never a villain, but they might have, stumbled and fallen and, made some stupid mistakes, right? This isn't somebody who went out to harm anybody. That we definitely can see that in this storyline. They were never somebody who goes out to intentionally harm people. And that's probably why she's like, man, if only they could heal from the scars that then make them, make poor choices in life that then mess up their life. Because I can't have them messing up mine. But man, I miss that person, and they were loving, and they're a soulmate, and they're all these things, but they have to stop sabotaging themselves. And that's what they have finally found out themselves. This person's no longer sabotaging. And I almost feel like they've recently completed something. They've paid off the debt to society. They've done what they had to do. They seem to be liberated, and they seem to be thinking an awful lot about her. So I don't know if she's about to hear from this person now that they have, tidied up whatever problems they were, dealing with. But it looks like that's exactly why they're so heavy on her mind right now. She's missing them. They're missing her. But it's more than that. It's that these two are soulmates, and there's a wonderful opportunity. I mean, we've had the Six of Cups 3 times. I think that some big lessons have been learned, and because there's been such unconditional love here, I definitely see now that the problems have been resolved. I think these two could be amazing together still, or maybe not still, maybe at last is how I should say it. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. If you are looking for zodiacs, just know you can check any of the playlists for the zodiac that you might be seeking. I do put out all 13 zodiacs, so I include Ophiuchus as well. All right, you guys, thanks again for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye.